J.R. Smith has not scored here in Game 2. J.R. Smith had 3 points in Game 1. And this is a guy who in the 2016 finals averaged 10.6 points, made 35% of his threes, 11.5 PPG back in the 2015 NBA finals. Do you feel like this is salvageable for J.R. Smith, or do you feel like he's lost in this series, Czar?
Well, he's one of those guys that when he gets it going, his confidence level gets extremely high. You just need to try and get him an open look if you can at the beginning of the game, give him that green light. Taking his confidence away isn't going to help you at all. You just got to keep building him up.
And, Coach, I don't even know that he only took 2 shots. I don't think there's a confidence issue for him, but the bigger issue is he was a non-factor defensively.
Yeah.
Like, the difference maker he had been really was the job he's done defensively against Clay and Steph at times. And that's where you're going to need to see him have more of an impact going in the game.
Greg, you know this. A lot of times for guys like JR, they get their defensive energy when they make shots. It's amazing how good these guys are on both ends of the floor when they make shots. That's why I would put him in the game, run something for him, maybe let him get some shots, get some field goal attempts, whether he make them or not, because I want him to understand we need what you bring to the table, and if he can make a couple shots, it's going to make him a better defender.
Steve Kerr back on the bench for the Warriors, and they're going to be victorious and take a 2-0 lead. Mike, give me the most important other on the Cleveland Cavaliers as this series moves forward. Is it J.R. Smith or is it somebody else?
I'd like to see Kyrie start off and have a good game from the beginning of the game. Love has been good. LeBron obviously has been good for them, but we keep saying big three. Well, we need that third person now to have a good shooting night. Would help them early on.
Yeah, the shooting, a lot of things are going to have to be better for him, but ultimately, listen, you're giving up 130 points. They can play well offensively. Like this game, they weren't horrible offensively. Defensively, they just could not maintain discipline, and Golden State was just too damn good.
Greg, think about it. Even with the turnovers early, even the fact that Cleveland had outshot Golden State in that first quarter, they were still down. So what the stat sheet is telling me that, and Greg's point earlier before the series started, Cleveland's gotta control the tempo. They can't play at this pace. And I know Tyronn Lue and LeBron wants to believe that because of how they ran through the Eastern Conference. But this is a different team, and they can't play Golden State at this pace. And they're not in shape enough to play at this pace like Golden State is.
And Czar, I see you nodding your head to that point.
Because Golden State practices this way every day. They practice at this speed, at this tempo, at this pace. Cavaliers didn't practice very much at all this year. They're the first to admit that because there were concerns about their age and injuries. So that how are you supposed to have that mindset and the cardiovascular wherewithal to stay with these guys?
Well, G.A., you know that it's going to be an overreaction following this Game 2 victory, 2-0 lead. There's going to be people talking about brooms. What would you like to tell those people who think this might be a really, really quick series?
Well, I think the advantage Cleveland has is, one, they've been here before last year. In both games, they got manhandled going into Game 3, and they came out and won that game by 30. Not a matter of whether they win it by 30, but ultimately they got to win that game for their psyche as well. Now, I don't feel like they're lacking in confidence, but to both coaches' point, right now they haven't found a formula for success. And that's what they're going to have to work on for the next 2-3 days going into Game 3. It'll be helpful to be home because now they're going to have the energy and activity of that crowd, but they're going to have to find a formula for success. And a lot of that, I think, is going to be predicated with them controlling the tempo.
Good old-fashioned beatdown again. Good old-fashioned smackdown.
I mean, are you sensing brooms here? 5-game series? I mean, these were 2 beatdowns. Or as G.A. said, is this the way last year's movie started, and we're going to see a long series play out here?
We've all been in this league long enough to understand. As bad as a team looks on the road in the first 2 games, they can look just as good when they get home. It's amazing when you get that home cooking. The difference is between last year and this year, Kevin Durant. That's the difference. And so they found a formula last year to defend Cleveland, but that was Harrison Barnes and guys of that nature. This is a different basketball team, and I think the coaches, Greg and coach, are saying it right. If they don't address the pace of the game, then Tyronn Lue can go deep into that bench as much as he wants. They can't play at this pace with Golden State.
Quick question, guys. Do you feel that Cleveland should walk out of this feeling they played better in game 2, not as good as game 1, or better than game 1? How are you coming out of this?
I don't think they played well. I think defensively they were not very good. I thought offensively they at times were better, and they did some good things. But defensively, I actually thought in a lot of ways were worse.
They did some things a little bit better, but look at the score, 132 to 113. If you're Tyronn Lue, you're saying we haven't figured out anything with this Golden State team in the first 2 games.
Can't wait for Game 3. It's coming up Wednesday night on ABC. The next time we see you on the Finals Film Room will be Thursday night at 9 Eastern right here on NBA TV. For GA, Sam, Czar, and our crew, I'm Rick Kamla. We'll see you next time.